Hi, my name is Sarah Crane in Zumbrum, and I'm going to be talking to you about the 6 EPMA tips and tricks that you can use today. The first one I'm going to be showing is how to select top members. For instance, if we are in the account dimension, we can see that we have net profit, validation, total assets, etc. But let's say for our actual application that we're going to be deploying, we only want net profit and validation. We don't want total assets, total liabilities, equity, etc. The way we can do this is to right-click on Account and choose Select Top Members. And from this list, we can see which items we want to select. So we only want net profit and validation. So once we have selected those members from the list, we can click OK, and the screen will refresh to show that we are only going to deploy to the demo application net profit and validation. The same works for other dimensions, not just the account dimension. In HFM, you must have a total brands or a total roll-up for the hierarchy. But for Essbase, this can be detrimental to the performance of the application. So we can get around this by right-clicking on Brands, select Top Members. And from the total brands hierarchy, we can select brands 1, 2, and 3 to be our top members and bypass total brands altogether. Once we do that, we can now see that that hierarchy is better for performance. Now let's say, for instance, instead of choosing the top members, we actually want to exclude certain members. So let's go back to the account dimension and say under net profit, we only want to see the income before taxes. We don't actually want to see the taxes. And so if we want to exclude this from being deployed to the Essbase application, we can simply right-click on taxes and choose Exclude Member. And this member will not be deployed with the application, even though it is still shared with the shared library, as we can see here. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to redo the dimension order within the shared library. So say, for instance, all the items in the shared library, all the dimensions were in some random order, and you're having trouble finding the one that you want. We can go to View, Sort Dimensions, and we're going to choose to sort by the name in descending order. And we can click OK. And the shared library dimensions will now be in reverse order. Again, that's View, Sort Dimensions. We'll choose Ascending Order, and the dimensions will be sorted. The next thing I want to show you is how to create dimension folders. So say, for instance, in the shared library, maybe you have 50 or 100 different dimensions that you're sharing with other applications, but you want to group like dimensions together. So say, for instance, we want to create a new account dimensions type folder. What we can do is we can go to File, New, Folder. We'll give this a name. We'll say Account Dims. We'll say OK. So now we have a folder for the account dimension type. So maybe we want to move Account into the account dimensions. I'm clicking, dragging, and dropping. And then we'll also want to choose Measures, since it is an account type dimension. We can drag and drop that in. So now we can see how cleaning up the shared library makes it easier for administration across different applications. So the next thing I want to show you is how to do a wildcard search. So say, for instance, under Account, we want to find surplus. So we can go to Find Members, but maybe we can't remember exactly how the member name is spelled. Well, we can start it out, say we'll do SUR, and then we can do an asterisk as our wildcard search. So we go to List View, and it'll find all the names where surplus is listed. But you also have the option of searching with a wildcard first. So this time we'll do an asterisk and then plus. And then again we'll pull up everything that ends in plus. Now the last thing I want to show you is actually in the application library. So say, for instance, we have a cube that's not deploying correctly. So we can see here that it looks like everything should be fine. For some reason it's just not deploying. So what you can do is you can actually click on the application name and go to Diagnostics. And we're going to go ahead and choose to select to run all tests. And once we run all tests on the applications, we can click the button Run Select Test. It will see from the status that all but one of them has passed where it was applicable. So we can click on the line that says Failed, where it shows deployed but missing from shared services. Now what I actually did before I created this demonstration is I deployed the application but then deleted the application from Essbase in the background in EAS. So we can see here that we can either delete the application from EPMA, change the status to not deployed so that it will redeploy to EAS, or you can just completely re-register the application with shared services. Well, I'm going to go ahead and change it to not deployed so that way we would be able to deploy it again. We'll choose the option that you want and simply click apply. It will ask for a verification. Do you want to change the status in EPMA to not deployed and perform the necessary cleanup? Yes. So what this will do, it will clean this up so now you can actually go and deploy the application as normal.